I'm Lynda Burrell and I'm the Creative Director of Museum and the National Caribbean Heritage Museum. Today, sous chef invited me to cook a Caribbean celebratory meal. I'll be cooking penny bread today, very traditional Caribbean bread but only from certain islands. Other islands have something similar, but all of the smaller islands make penny bread. And my mum is from St Kitts, and this is something that she used to make a lot with her father, my granddad. He wasn't a professional baker, but he was a very good baker. So this is something that he brought to England with him and taught his children, and then they passed down to their children. But Auntie Pat's going to cook that with me.
Okay. 2 cups of plain flour, which has already been measured out, and that's wonderful. 1.5 of the instant yeast, 1.5 teaspoons. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar. Now, do you know why we need sugar?
No.
We need sugar to feed the yeast.
Oh.
Okay? Because that's like food for the yeast. Half of your lard or shortening, 2 tablespoons of butter, that's been measured out for us.
Oh.
Yeah, but to make it easier, just cut it up. The butter's been at room temperature, which is
nice and
great,
soft.
so it's nice and soft.
Penny bread is named penny bread because it used to cost a penny to buy it, and obviously it costs much more now, but the name's stuck, so it's still called penny bread today. It's like going back to childhood, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same, it's exactly the same as pastry, or what you call it's called the rubbing in method, basically. Yeah. So
I feel like a real professional now. And it's also nice to do it the traditional way that Grandad would have done it and his ancestors before him, so it's nice.
So we're going to actually put a bit of flour on the surface.
Well, Grandad first moved to Nottingham in 1957. So yeah, this is something he used to make in the village, and when we went back to St Kitts, the first time we went back when I was really young, people actually showed us where he used to bake in the village, so I've seen that and that's really nice. And it's all done in the ground. They would like dig a hole in the ground and they would cook and bake. I really am proud that I got to experience that. And this is something that he then brought to Nottingham and made for family and friends, especially in those days when there wasn't much Caribbean food or any Caribbean food in Nottingham. So whenever someone would come over and move over and could cook, they would cook for the whole neighbourhood pretty much. So everybody used to have penny bread.
So I'm going to divide it into 8.
Right.
We're going to make them into balls, and we're going to let them proof.
Right.
Yeah.
So we prove it to let it rise, and it should double
Double
in size.
inside. And that's good because it gives texture.
Ah. So now we've finished proving the penny bread. We're now going to start shaping them. And as you can see, they have almost doubled in size, and also the flavour and the texture has really come into its own. What we do is we make it into a sausage shape, and at the ends, pinch the ends together. And we keep going until they're all done. So now that they're shaped and they're ready to go, we're going to proof them for another 30 minutes, and then they'll be ready to go in the oven. So we've got the penny bread just come out of the oven. Oh, it looks delicious, it really does. Look at that. The colour, the smell, it is really delicious. You've got to try it. So for other recipes that will actually pair really well with this penny bread, go to Sous Chef's website. Lots of hints and tips on there.